Sairam students. Yes, we're meeting after a long time. A warm welcome to all of you for today's literature class. Today we're going to begin with a new lesson from your textbook, Footprints Without Feet. And the name of the lesson is The Thief's Story, which is written by Ruskin Bond. Now students, Ruskin Bond is not a new name to us. I think from grade 6 onwards, you're having one lesson in your English textbook which is written by Ruskin Bond. So let us know something more about Ruskin Bond before we actually begin with the lesson. Ruskin Bond, he was born on May 19th, 1934. He is an Indian author of British descent. He lives with his adopted family in Missouri, and the Indian Council for Child Education has recognized his role in the growth of children's literature in India. He was awarded the Sahitya Akademi Award in 1992 for Our Trees Still Grow in Dehra, his novel in English. He was awarded the Padma Shri in 1999 and the Padma Bhushan in 2014. And the latest award that he has received is the Lifetime Achievement Award in the year 2017. So this is all about Ruskin Bond. So students, just keep a book and a pen handy. I'll be giving the meanings of the hard words that we come across in today's class. Kindly jot them down. So let's get started with our new lesson. Here I have an image, a picture of Ruskin Bond. Now before I begin students, let me just brief you with what this story is all about. It's a story about a 15-year-old thief who changes his name every month just because he wants to escape from the police and the employers for whom he has worked initially. This time he kept his name Hari Singh. The other person in the story is a 25-year-old writer named Anil. So we have two characters in this story. One is the thief, who is the writer himself, and the other is Anil. Anil is also a writer. The story unfolds on how the thief betrays Anil by committing a theft but retracts later on. So I will not tell you what has happened towards the end. That we will see in the concluding part of this lesson. But yes, this writer, he befriends Anil. Something happens. What happens? Let us see in this lesson. The Thief's Story. I was still a thief when I met Anil. And though only 15, I was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Anil was watching a wrestling match when I approached him. He was about 25, a tall, lean fellow, and he looked easygoing, kind, and simple enough for my purpose. I hadn't had much luck of late and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. Now, I is a writer himself over here. Okay? So, he says that he was still a thief when he met Anil. Don't confuse yourself, students. Basically, the story is written by Ruskin Bond, but this is the story of a thief. The thief is narrating his story. Okay? So he says that he was only 15 years old when he met this guy Anil. And he says that he was an experienced and fairly successful hand. Now what does experienced and fairly successful hand mean? Like I told you before also, he is a thief, which means he was an experienced fellow and he was smart enough to carry on all his activities. So when he met Anil, or when he saw Anil for the first time, what was Anil doing? He was watching a wrestling match. And that is the time when the thief, he approached him. What was Anil's age? He was approximately, say, 25 years old, a tall, lean fellow. Lean means thin. Don't forget to jot down the meanings of the hard words. So he was a tall, thin fellow and he looked easygoing. Easygoing means he thought that he could easily fool Anil as well. Kind and simple enough for my purpose. What was his purpose? So his purpose was to rob Anil and take away whatever he had, which he had been doing all this while. I hadn't had much luck of late and thought I might be able to get into the young man's confidence. So he was not lucky. For the past few attempts, he was not lucky. So he thought maybe this young man, it will be very easy to gain his confidence. You look a bit of a wrestler yourself, I said. A little flattery helps in making friends. So do you, he replied, which put me off for a moment, because at that time I was rather thin. Well, I said modestly, I do wrestle a bit. What's your name? Hari Singh, I lied. I took a new name every month. That kept me ahead of police and my former employers. So these two, they didn't know each other initially. So when he approached him, obviously he had to strike a conversation with Anil. So what he said, you look a bit of a wrestler yourself. Now like in the last slide I told you, how was Anil? He was a tall but a lean fellow. He was just flattering him. He mentions it over here as well. A little flattery helps in making friends. So he was trying to flatter him. So do you, he replied, which put me off for a moment. So what did Anil reply? He said, even you look like a wrestler. This answer of Anil actually put him off. He was hurt. He was sort of hurt at that point of time. Why? Because at that time I was rather thin. So what he told Anil, Anil also said the same thing to the thief. Well, I said modestly, I do wrestle a bit. So he said, yeah, I do wrestle a bit. What's your name? Asked Anil. Hari Singh. So what did he say? What is his name? He said his name was Hari Singh. I lied. Now why did he lie, students? Because he wanted to stay ahead. He wanted to keep away from the police and the former employers. That was his way of dodging the police and the former employers. So wherever he used to go, whomever he used to meet, whoever would be his next target, he would just lie. He would just take a new name every month. I hope, students, the lesson is clear till here. Let's proceed further. After this introduction, Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestlers who were grunting, lifting, and throwing each other about. I didn't have much to say. Anil walked away I followed casually. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. I want to work for you, I said, but I can't pay you. So the introduction part is done. They both have introduced themselves. So after the introduction, Anil, he spoke about the well-oiled wrestlers. Now all of us know, students, why do these wrestlers oil themselves? They give them a good body massage for a good blood circulation, and so that their opponents, the person with whom they wrestle, it's not easy for them to have a grip on them. So that's the reason they oil themselves. So these wrestlers, what were they doing? They were grunting. They were making some sound. Now students, I have not given you the meaning of the hard words. I'm giving you the meaning orally, and I expect all of you to jot them down as and when I am giving you the meaning. So Anil talked about the well-oiled wrestlers who were grunting, lifting and throwing each other about. And this fellow, Hari Singh, he didn't have much to say because he had no idea about wrestling. He was completely new to all these things. So after this talk, Anil just walked away, and Hari Singh, he followed casually. He just followed him behind. Hello again, he said. I gave him my most appealing smile. So again he said hello, and he smiled. Now he had some plans. Somehow he wanted to befriend him and stay with him so that he can take away everything and run away. So he continued to follow, and then he smiled and he said hello again. I want to work for you, I said. So now he says, now actually his plan begins. What does he say? I want to work with you. Who is saying this? Hari Singh is saying this to, or he's telling this to Anil. But I can't pay you. What did Anil reply? He said, I can't pay you. Let's see what Hari Singh does after this. I thought that over for a minute, perhaps I had misjudged my man. I asked, can you feed me? Can you cook? I can cook. I lied again. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. So as soon as Anil said, I cannot pay you, he just thought for a while. He said, have I misjudged my man? Is he a wrong person? But then what did he ask? He asked, can you feed me? Can you give me something to eat? So Anil asked him, can you cook? And once again, he lied. What did he say? Yes, I can cook. If you can cook, then maybe I can feed you. Okay, fine. If you know how to cook, no problem. I can feed you. But I cannot pay you. It will be difficult for him to pay Hari Singh. He took me to his room over the Jamuna sweet shop and told me I could sleep on the balcony. But the meal I cooked that night must have been terrible because Anil gave it to the stray dog and told me to be off. But I just hung around smiling in my most appealing way, and he couldn't help laughing. So there's a deal. If you can cook, I can feed you, but I cannot pay you. Hari Singh was okay with it. So what Anil did was, he took Hari Singh to his room, which happened to be over the Jamuna sweet shop. And there he said, you can occupy the balcony, you can sleep over there. So as discussed, when he said that he can cook, he was asked to cook that night, but the meal was very, very terrible. Terrible means it was very bad, it was horrible, it was tasteless. So what Anil did? Anil gave it to a stray dog and he asked Hari Singh to be off. To be off means to go away. Because he had understood that this fellow cannot cook. He has lied to me. Okay. But then again, he just hung around. Hung around means he just stayed around over there, smiling in his most appealing way, and he couldn't help laughing. So he wanted to stay there. He wanted to be with Anil for some more time to understand whether the man he had decided upon is the right person or no. So later, he patted me on the head and said, never mind, he would teach me to cook. He also taught me to write my name and said he would soon teach me to write whole sentences and to add numbers. I was grateful. So later on what he did, he just patted on his head and said, okay, it's okay. If you cannot cook, no problem. He would teach Hari Singh how to cook. And he also said that, he would teach him to write his name. And soon he would write sentences and also learn to add numbers. I was grateful. I over here is Hari Singh. He says that I was very thankful. Okay. So this shows that Anil has a very kind heart. He knew this boy cannot do anything. He cannot cook, nothing. So he said that, okay, fine, I'll teach you how to cook. I'll teach you how to write your name. I'll teach you how to add numbers. You can continue to stay with me. I knew that once I could write like an educated man, there would be no limit to what I could achieve. It was quite pleasant working for Anil. I made the tea in the morning and then would take my time buying the day's supplies, usually making a profit of about ₹1 a day. So he was thankful. He was thankful to Anil because he was teaching him how to write, how to read, how to add numbers. And he knew that once he was educated, there would be no limit of what he could achieve. So he says that it was quite pleasant. He was very comfortable working for Anil. What he did was, morning tea was made by him and then he would go and buy the supplies. Supplies is basically the grocery for the day. And usually make a profit of about ₹1 a day. So what he used to do is, he used to flip that ₹1 every day. That was what he was there for. He wanted to take away, he wanted to rob Anil. He wanted to steal his money. Okay. So this was the only way as of now that he thought he could steal some money. So what he did was, every day when Anil used to give him some money, he used to flick away ₹1 on everyday basis. Okay. I think he knew I made a little money this way, but he did not seem to mind. Anil made money by fits and starts. He would borrow 1 week, lend the next. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as it arrived, he would go out and celebrate. It seems he wrote for magazines, a cure way to make living. Now, he says that Anil always knew that I used to, take away some money from his everyday, amount that Anil used to give him. So he was aware, but he didn't mind that I was taking away that ₹1. As it is, he was not paying, he was staying over there. So he says that Anil made money by fits and starts. Students, I hope a book and a pen is ready and you are jotting down all the hard words that we are going to discuss. So fits and starts, what does it mean? Basically, you're doing something intermittently or sporadically, which means that, something is happening at irregular intervals. He was not getting money on regular basis. See, read over here. Anil made money by fits and starts. Okay, so he was getting money not on regular basis, on very irregular basis he was receiving money. What he used to do? He used to borrow 1 week and lend the next. So the week he didn't have money, he used to borrow it from his friends. And the week he used to have money, he used to lend as well. He kept worrying about his next check, but as soon as he would receive, he would go out and celebrate with his friends. So what was his job? He was a writer. It's given in the next line. It seems he wrote for magazines. He was a writer. A cure way to make a living. A strange way. Now Hari Singh found this very strange. You're not getting a continuous flow of income. In fits and starts, he was earning money. So he found this very strange. One evening, he came home with a small bundle of notes saying he had just sold a book to a publisher. At night, I saw him tuck the money under the mattress. I had been working for Anil for almost a month, and apart from cheating on the shopping, had not done anything in my line of work. I had every opportunity for doing so. So what happened? One evening he came home with a small bundle of notes, and he said that he had just sold a book to a publisher, which again says that, which confirms that he was a writer. At night, what he did, he tucked the money under the mattress. Now, what is tuck? Tuck is to secure something very safely. At night, I saw him tuck the money under the mattress. I had been working for Anil for almost a month. So it was almost 1 month. And the only cheating that he did so far was that 1 rupee on everyday basis that he used to take, from the grocery amount. So he used to add that 1 rupee and he used to give the balance amount to Anil. So he says that apart from that cheating of 1 rupee, he had not done anything in my line of work. What is line of work? Now, line of work is a particular job or a task that you do to earn money. In this case, what was Hari Singh's line of work? It was stealing money. So he said that I have not done anything apart from that 1 rupee on everyday basis, but he had every opportunity. He got he got chance to steal money, but he didn't do anything except for that 1 rupee on everyday basis. Anil had given me a key to the door and I could come and go as I pleased. He was the most trusting person I had ever met. And that is why it was so difficult to rob him. So he says that Anil had complete trust in him. How does he say this? Because he was given a key of Anil's house. He was so comfortable with Hari Singh now that he decided to give him the key. It was just 1 month. And he says that I could come and go as and when I wanted to. He says that in his entire life, he had never seen a person like Anil, a trusting person like Anil. And so he says that just because of this quality, he was finding it very difficult to rob him, to cheat on him. It's easy to rob a greedy man because he can afford to be robbed, but it's difficult to rob a careless man. Sometimes he doesn't even notice he's being robbed. And that takes all the pleasure out of the work. Well, it's time I did some real work, I told myself. I'm out of practice. And if I don't take the money, he'll only waste it on his friends. After all, he doesn't even pay me. Now he is trying to say something over here. Let's understand. He says, it's easy to rob a greedy man because he can afford to be robbed. See, when you rob a greedy man, a person will understand, okay, that he is being robbed. Okay, but he says that it's difficult to rob a careless man. Why? Because a careless man will not even understand that, something has happened with his money. Okay, sometimes he doesn't even notice that he is being robbed. So there is no fun in robbing a person who is careless, but there is fun in troubling a person who is greedy. So he says that, when a person is very careless, you don't even feel like robbing that person because the pleasure, it takes out all the pleasure of the work. Well, it's time I did some real work. Now he says, what am I here for? What were my plans? Now it's time to put my plan into action. Let me do some real work. I told myself, I am out of practice. I am out of practice means for the past, for quite a long time, I have not done anything wrong. So now it's the time I should do something. And then he is giving himself a reason, he's just justifying his act. How? If I don't take the money, he'll only waste it on his friends. So he's saying that what does he do? When he gets money from his friends, from the check, what he does is he goes and he spends it on his friends. So it's better, let me only take it. After all, he doesn't even pay me. Okay, so he is just trying to prove, or he's just trying to justify his act. Okay, so he says that let me take away the money, or he will just continue to spend it on his friend. Anil was asleep. A beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor considering the situation. If I took the money, I could catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. Slipping out of the blanket, I crept up to the bed. Now, he said it's time for some action. So he had decided something. That night, as usual, Anil was asleep and a beam of moonlight stepped over the balcony and fell on the bed. I sat up on the floor considering the situation. So he thought that this is the right time to do something. And then he said, if I take the money at that point of time, he could easily catch the 10:30 express to Lucknow. So keeping this in mind, he slipped out of the blanket and he crept up to the bed. Whose bed? He crept up to Anil's bed. So students, we will stop here for today. And let us see what he does after coming out from his bed. Does he steal or does he get back to sleep? Let us understand this in our next class. So students, you will go through the hard words, you will go through the lesson, and we'll catch up very soon in the next class. Till then, you will take care of yourself. Sai Ram and bye-bye.